Hey folks, today a little review again. Some weeks ago I showed you my new wet palette from Golden Maple in my Instagram Reels, but today I want to show it to you in real and in action, so that you can see why it's my favorite wet palette at the moment. That's the package. Golden Maple wet palette, 2-in-1 dry and wet palette. It's nothing special concerning what you get for your money. It's a really usual wet palette, but with a few goodies that makes it, in my opinion, better than the products of the competitors in this area. Yeah, you see a wet palette. This is the wet palette and this is the dry palette. On this picture you can't see it, but I will show you in a minute. You get a rubber band to close it if you transport it, but this seam around the palette works really well as a sealing as well, so yeah, you probably won't need this rubber band, but you have it. Here you can see you have 4 sponges, 2 black ones or anthracite sponges and 2 white ones. You have 100 wet papers, which is really really a lot of stuff, and you have the palette itself. So before we only look at the package, I show you the real product. This is the wet palette. The wet palette is fantastic looking. It's gray, it's yeah, nothing special, as I said. It's a plastic casing, everything you expect from a good wet palette nowadays. If you open the wet palette, you see on the lid you have this dry palette, which is really great. Here you can mix with pigments, or you can use speed paints or everything you like in this palette. It's really good. The rest is usual. You have the normal height of a wet palette, and you can use your colors on your paper. Now, as you can see, this is not the usual paper. At the moment I'm playing a bit around with different papers, so I will probably tell you something about the paper later. The paper you get from Golden Maple is this completely white wet palette paper, and it's the same as you get from most of the competitors. Yeah, now to the fact why I like this wet palette. It's the size. The size of this palette is, oops, you can't see it, is about 22 centimeters to, can you see it? Yeah, I think so. 16 centimeters. And this is for me the perfect size. Before I had the large palette from Redgrass, and in my opinion, for my desk and my setup, it's a little bit too big. I don't have that much space in front of me to paint, because the palette would go to this area, and the only advantage I have is that I have more space to make a big mess. So obviously it's not that big advantage. And the small wet palette from other competitors like Army Painter or Redgrass is, in my opinion, a little bit too small. As you can see here, you lose a lot of space. Yeah, in my opinion, this size is the best if you want to have a big area for painting, and if you want to have more space on your hobby desk. The material here is really sturdy. It's not that cheap plastic feel. It's really feeling good. The haptic of it is really great. The optic with the feather and the logo is really good. So I think this is really worth having a look. The price of it is more than fair. You can order it from Golden Maple directly. I have to say, Golden Maple is a rather new company on the miniature market. They are marketing their stuff quite aggressively, but for a good reason. It's good stuff. In the next few weeks I will show you a new brush I received from Gold Maple, and I have to say this brush as well as the wet palette will be my main tool to paint my Gold Neem entries. As you can see, I hope you can see it now, it's probably too far away, I don't know. I have a new camera set up, maybe this I have to try and figure out how the best way to use it. Yeah, this is really fantastic. If you're looking for a new wet palette, take a look. If I would suggest anything to nearly every wet palette producer on this planet is, please, why don't you include some kind of copper in the bottom of the wet palette. I just entered a small copper coin into it. It will help the sponge to survive much longer because you won't get any bacteria into it. The copper will kill the bacteria immediately, and it will help your wet palette to stay healthy much longer, and so that you won't get ill by painting. You're getting black dots onto your wet palette paper where you haven't had any black paper. I would really suggest to throw away the paper and change the sponge, because it's really not healthy. Yeah, please always take a look. I just entered a coin, everything is fine now, but that would be my suggestion for the companies. Please add a little bit of copper into the whole wet palette, everything would be fine. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the palette. Give it a try, give the products of Golden Maple a try, they are really great. Yeah, so far from me, take a look, and yeah, we'll see you soon.